In true Sorry Cop fashion, here I am about to apologize for the missing episode on Monday. It was a much busier weekend than I expected, so I didn't really have time to record, but here we are, Wednesday, ready to go. We are going to be talking to Joyce, if I remember correctly. I know we had a couple checks. I think it was conceptualization and volition with her, and I think I also had a point left over, so if we do fail one, then I could still throw one in, and retry something if necessary. But from what someone was commenting, I think it was the venerable Oda Nobunaga, who, welcome here from feudal Japan. He said that pretty much every check can be failed and the game can still continue, which is a cool thing. There's just one, and I think that was the one where Kim stepped in last time. So it doesn't really matter if we fail these checks, but you can just build up whatever character you want, which is pretty cool. Speak to the assault victim. We still need to talk to the lady, the rape victim. Oh yeah, and the husband. Okay, so we do have a few different things that we can do. We had to get Joyce's info on the lynching, but did we also still need to do something else with her? Or maybe we got all of the info on the reality. Let's just go. Let's get at it. Knowing that I could fail any check and it's not going to affect how the game actually, like, if I can complete the game a certain way or not, kind of does take a load off my mind, though, so thank you for that. Because now I don't have to think, all right, am I going to be able to really get where I want to go if I throw skill points in certain areas?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Oh, there's a little bit of a weird graphical thing there. Let's see. I started to say something, and I started to go down a different line of thought, and neither of them really worked. Also, side note, I took a nap earlier that I thought was going to be like 30 minutes. Turned out to be 3.5 hours, so if I do seem a little, like, weird, it's because I'm, like, I woke up and was like, shit, I need to record. What was it that we needed to get from her? Just Joyce. Oh, the lynching. Okay. Maybe she'll do the thing about the photos? No, I still needed to show her the badge, didn't I?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Let's try something different. Why? How is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching?
Better not tie the fourth day to the back stay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
Okay, that was the same thing she said before. Let's talk some more about this boat that you're on. Tell me the Wild Pines strike. Missing badge. Where's the part about the lynching? No, I guess it was down the badge. I have to... Could I... is there a check I could do about the badge?
I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol.
I could put a point into... I was going to say put a point into amnesia. I could put a point into suggestion. This is a red check, though. I'll only get one chance at it. Maybe it would be good to have at least a couple points in suggestion. Why not? Yeah. 28%. Well, a little over a quarter. Come on, 1 and 4.
She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
I really did not think I was going to get that one. All right, point well spent, I guess. Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
What kind of tangible thing would she want?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
Mm-hmm.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
I see. Okay, so we got to do a little thing for you.
Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
It might be. I have no idea where to start looking.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Are you going to say you don't want to do this? So she just wants us to find out if the Union... Oh, that would strengthen their position against the Union, though, wouldn't it? Yes, Kim?
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and you know, not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Yeah. Oh, so we're henchmen now.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
The company must have more ears on the ground. She could have known about my condition. What do you propose that we don't investigate? We could just, you know, find my badge. Yeah.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
And we have 0 leads.
You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
How many must have more ears on the ground? She could have known about my condition.
I wouldn't go that far. Her reaction did come off as sincere to me. I think she's just quick to adapt. She's a professional, after all.
Do you propose that we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay. So we go check it out, but we don't tell her about it. Let's get back to her then.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
There goes the sound again. Okay, tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, now?
Some kind of, like, super meth?
Meth and
Oh.
dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Let me get this straight. The materials come from Samara to Revachol through the terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, man. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
Oh, so they're getting in on your business, huh?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
Oh, for a second, I misunderstood what Kim was saying. I thought he was saying that Wild Pines was also making drugs, and I was like, oh yeah, now you're upset because they're getting in on your business. Okay, no, it's just my still half asleep brain. You want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
That's why we could ask about what they have in there. The lorries.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
She gives you a knowing look.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
Yeah, this is kind of not very nice and light green. This is kind of like muddy gross green down here.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did, on more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
It's between our precincts, because that would be kind of convenient.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Oh, but you guys haven't had Super Cop Harry Dubois on the case.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded there like that, is it?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However...
She pauses, looking to the sea.
This is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue.
She looks north.
Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why the bridge was out?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
Oh, okay. So when he first came in, he was able to get them to drop the bridge very briefly.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
Okay, Kim says not to, give her anything about what we know. Okay, let's discuss something else for now.
She simply nods.
So we can go and investigate with some of those guys over there. It's been a while since I talked to them, so I don't really remember everything that was going on. I know one of them was very friendly. And there was an old woman who Kim didn't let me bother. Hello there. Do you have any drugs? Sorry.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my
Drug
man.
precursors, I guess.
What's up?
Oh, I need more empathy for that one. Okay. Who else is back here? See, there's the old woman. What is that thing down there? I guess it's like a lamppost kind of thing. Can we bother the old lady now?
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph. In her hands, in the background, the radio plays.
They wouldn't put her here for no reason. Just to be not bothered, that doesn't make any sense. Giving us a big old red herring like that. Can we talk to that guy? No. Alright, none of these guys. That guy's just racist. Okay, it's gotta be him. But... oh, not that button. This button. We do already have 2 empathy, so if we get another point into empathy, we can try that check again. I think that's probably the only one that... it doesn't look like there's anyone else up here we could talk to, so it's probably going to be him. Now, what else was there? Ah, shit. So, wrong button. Oh, the assault victim. Working class husband. Okay, he's off drinking somewhere. Oh, we could call back and get info on the armor's owner. Right? Because I did that yesterday.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater
You got
gauge.
that radio?
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Did you find out more info about the owner of the armored boots?
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Nah.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
I thought for sure that I did that yesterday, because isn't it... because that... okay. So this first happened on Monday, which is when we used the shortwave radio to run the serial number. And then Tuesday, call Alice back about the armor. So Wednesday, which should be today, is about the armor's owner. Maybe later in the day. Maybe she just... it's too early. I guess let's go talk to, what's her name? Upstairs. The victim. Elizabeth. Oh yeah, and these two. Why is there one little area back there that we can see? Knock, knock.
The door is closed.
Knock.
Who is
A
it?
woman's voice answered, muffled by the door.
Tired. Controlled.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up.
Uh-huh. Oh. Can I clean up her room a little bit? Pile of dirty clothes, a woman's. Hotel bill calculations. Looks like she's had an extended stay, and that would be our point that we can throw into empathy later. What else do we have in here? Lots of bottles. Do a little snooping. See, the yard below the corpse is no longer there.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
Also, I just realized how high up those little windows are, and I don't think that she would be looking out into the courtyard from that window, because you'd have to, like, stand up on the radiator. Because if you assume the sink is, like, at waist height, then it's pretty high up there. And also, unless she's tall, I don't know, maybe she's, like, 6'5" or something. Check the toothbrush.
It's been used quite
Well,
a
that's
lot.
a good sign. Good dental health. Look at her meds.
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
What is acetylic acid and APAP? It's quite the collection.
Anything of note?
Will she notice if we open the bottles, though?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads,
What is
Nacra.
Nacra? What are most of these things? The only one I know is paracetamol. I am the most straight-edge, boring person.
Nacra. This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Nacra, opioid antagonist.
Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses.
The lieutenant nods, then looks at the door.
You could say he's on the lookout.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take her drugs. I'm just looking to see what she has. Search the pill sheets.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs, you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Well, it's a white check, and we have a little bit better than chance on it. Let's go.
A bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
Harry, do not steal her drugs. I already said I'm not... You can just steal it in plain sight. Wow. What's so exciting about this orange bottle?
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Preptide.
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
No electrochemistry. Did that drop down again? Told Kim about it, yeah. Okay, close the cabinet. Do not take her speed. Did I get something, though, in my... Because I've got the, I was going to say the little luggage icon had something, like, jumping around. But I don't see anything. No? Handwritten note from the fridge. Oh, that was from the fridge downstairs, where we put the body. Okay. Oh, I can look at it, though.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its
Since
surface.
I forgot to do this before, might as well do it now.
Does it say anything
The
interesting?
lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Let's read it.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
The off-site copy. Copy of what?
You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully Swaff.
So that thing has to be refrigerated? Oh, or no, oh, that's not the filament cube I've got, right? Okay, just in case, what is the filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing
Yeah, that
its
is the
memory.
thing.
It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off-site.
Why does it have to be in a fridge, though? Okay, who wrote that note?
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry?
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Illiterate ginger kid. We know who that is. It's Kuno.
Really? You don't have a single guess?
Gotta be Kuno.
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Now, I know the frozen ice cream maker has to be that one that we could pull the plug on, and I wonder if pulling the plug on it actually damaged the filament, since that's where it was being kept.
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the iceberg.
This is something we'll have to go back for after we talk to this lady.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
Put it away. Okay, that... I believe that is it. Kim, can I get out? Kimmy, please. There we go. I'm actually not controlling this right now. Harry, what are you doing? Okay, that was weird. Is that another broken window? The bed has been hastily made. Hastily because we came here? No, she's in the bathroom.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Run your finger across the surface.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently replaced.
Looks like it, yes.
Interesting. Oh wait, I didn't check the... There was one more thing to check in there. Wait, let me go back in. Sorry, lady. I just gotta walk right around here and look at that. Oh, that's just to go back downstairs, isn't it? I see. Okay, it goes down and then back. Okay, it comes down this way and then turns and then goes back around like that. All right. I thought that was like another broken window. The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. It's a door. Okay, we'll deal with that. Cold coffee and an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Handful of dried white wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Hand-eye coordination. Come on, 72.
The wind brushes them off the roof. They're
Goodbye,
gone.
flowers.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and
She is a
lean.
dancer.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Oh, don't worry. You should see my place. Jeez. I think I need one. Nice view you got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wandered north toward the yard.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
So I've only got a 1 level, but it has a balcony right outside. Her place has 2 levels. And as I can see just by looking at this place, it does get taller as it goes off to the east. So does that mean that Kim's place is also 2 levels? And Kim, why haven't you invited me over out onto your veranda?
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
You mentioned a cleaning lady. Think I need one.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Infernum. You know not of what you speak. There are vortices of dark energy present, but not to hell. To another place. A third place, much different from our world. No, I just trashed the place. I mean, kind of. But really, I just trashed the place.
I know. That's probably also why the cleaning lady quit.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentatious orchestrations I have seen in my life. And I have seen a few. Oh yeah. Life gets hard, but we go on.
The chorus of the 35 single, megaphoning the entire human race, instills you with the fuck it all swagger that prompts one to plow into grannies on your morning stroll.
It's gotten pretty hard in the meantime, but I go on. How long do you think until the hard wears us down? Things are only getting easier for me. I'm a policeman. To-do-re-do. Oh, imitating a siren. You ain't seen nothing yet. There's a karaoke stage downstairs. Yeah, probably bad. I do love some karaoke.
Wow.
She shakes her head in silent disbelief, breathing in the coffee smell. Johnny Law's about to tear it up. Sad style.
I assure you, he's not about to tear it up in any style. In fact...
Kim, why are you party pooping?
We'll show him. You'll tear it up all the styles.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. I mean, they didn't ask us to talk to her. We kind of bullied them into telling who she was so that we could talk to her.
It's like she's disappointed this wasn't about more entertaining
Like
matters.
the ostentatious orchestrations. What is your name, miss, for the record?
Klaasje Amandou.
Same name that Titus gave you. Like her accent, it sounds Oranese. Her birthmarks also signal Oranje. You don't know why, but Oranese girls tend to come speckled with them.
Birthmarks are a thing that... Huh. Are you from Oranje? How old are you? What do you do? Take a look at your passport. Are you from Oranje?
Right, sir. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. I guess you could say I am an Oranese expatriate.
What is Oranje?
A bad memory.
Oh, I got plenty of those.
The Republic of Oranje is a democratic nation on the Muindi Isola, north of here, over the sea and across the Pale. It is one of the 6 major Occidental nations to hold stake in the continued occupation of Revachol, the coalition. People consider it a reasonable superpower.
Reasonable?
They will make you into a fiscal colony, divert your natural resources, hold patents and shares, but they won't threaten to wipe you out anytime, like Revachol did.
It's Oranje, the like in-universe America. Should we ask about the bad memory? Bad memory of what?
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass, duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. A night. At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
What do you do, miss? What is your specialization?
Something stupid.
I mean, we know that you're a disco dancer, but what's that?
Oranye's
Okay,
lit.
I don't know what that is. Oranye's lit?
Oranye's literature. It's what I studied at the university.
Oh, lit like literature. Okay. All right. She raises both eyebrows. What is Oranye's literature about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are. Only the name of the nation changes.
What about Revacholian literature? People sometimes reveal things about themselves when they discuss such matters.
Revacholian literature too?
No. Revacholian lit is about how magnificent and serious Revachol is. It's about how you have to save the world.
No intention. I do feel the urge to save the world. The world is unimportant. I want to hear about you. I do feel the urge to save the world, yes. I guess that's why I'm on this case.
That's the natural state of the Revacholian hero.
She breathes in the menthol-flavored fumes, savoring it, then breathes out.
She seems quite relaxed for a victim of assault. But, of course, what seems should not be your priority.
Oranye's lit. What do you do with it? Are you doing anything with it? Because most people I know don't actually use whatever their degree is, if they have one.
Nothing. I do nothing.
How do you make money then? Money is very important. Show her some money. No, we're not going to go with the money. Cool.
It's not very cool, but what can you do?
We take a look at your passport, please.
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
How do I know you've told us your real name?
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Klaasje Amandou. It's a weird name.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Okay, that's it for the record.
The record. So official.
Nice room you've got here for someone who doesn't have any money. Well, she might have a lot of money, I don't know. Though, I guess a lot of it is kept in that undisclosed location. How do you afford your place here? Nice room you got.
Yeah, it's pretty deluxe.
What are you doing here in the Whirlingen Rags?
I'm wintering.
Usually when you're wintering, you go to a place away from the winter.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
Why here?
Here in the Whirling? Here in Martinez? Or here in Revachol?
Yes. Every one of these is a good question. I mean, I guess, why Martinez?
I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go.
Sassy town. It's where the future of dance lies. You're too young to call yourself a disco has-been.
I'm really not.
That window is new. She moves slightly to your left to check her reflection in it.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
I don't think I should say the prescription drugs. We'll hold that info, and maybe it'll come up with, as some points towards something else. All right, some other questions.
Okay.
watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
They tell us you were raped.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's the word they used. I mean, it's 9:30. It's not that early.
She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea. People are rushing to work below.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake?
So, you weren't.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Though it does sound like she maybe knew the guy if she doesn't want to, say that shit about him, as she said. Although at the same time, she doesn't appear to be particularly torn up about him being dead.
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Are you sure you weren't raped? What did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
You mean like a birthday party? Wait, partied? Where have I heard that term before?
A lot of partying going on.
From Titus, about her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard it.
You mean like a birthday party?
Yes. We made balloon animals, drank lemonade, inflated a bouncy castle.
Did you rim the lemonade glasses with sugar? I like to do that. That's not how you partied.
It's not, sir. We drank alcohol, a lot of it. We had that effect on each other. Made each other drink harder.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
I mean, I don't think they were lovers, but if they had some kind of a relationship beyond just the sex and the partying, that could complicate things. But all right, you were lovers?
I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
The lieutenant's
you
voice
two
is
meet?
quiet, calm.
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
It must have been hard for you, seeing him there.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window.
And her voice is starting to crack a little bit, so this actually did affect her.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
The call reporting the hanging, that was you?
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Don't say it.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
If it's snitching, then why do it?
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
Holler's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the
Nicked it
landline
how?
a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
She's actually kind of smart. You know, for just a lit major. If there are any lit majors in the audience.
You were right to suspect there might be foul play involved with the broken
And in the
phone
process,
line.
you broke the landline downstairs.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay, she might not have known what she was doing, but she was smart enough to come up with that idea of, like, redirecting static from the radio into the line.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry. Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines.
Seems like you had some idea. That was nifty. She manages a smile.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair
Why
skills.
go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they
I
have
actually
ears
would
in
not be that
wires.
surprised to hear.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair.
Puff, more nervous.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
What did they hang him for, if not rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
How do the Hardy Boys know you? Just from, like, being in the bar?
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for Union members. They're
How
probably
did you
down there
meet?
now. Over drinks. It's been a long,
Did
boring
you party?
winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Speaking of Titus, Titus asked you to spice things up for us? She cradles
Pretty
her coffee
much.
cup in both hands.
Warming them.
Thank you for telling us all of this, miss.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
Well, we'll be back, so, I mean, if we do have something else to say to her, then we'll say it when we come back to do the questioning about the guy. Oh, no, that's not the right one. There it is.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
Do you think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Why did she say all of that? Or why did she tell us all of that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
I do actually think she seems candid. I don't think she's lying.
You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough.
Well, what? What next? Let's double check our, okay, confront the Hardy Boys, right? And then we need to question Klaasje, but we gotta come back for that. I don't want to go and talk to the Hardy Boys because I've about spent the entire hour already. Do we have a... Oh, and then we do have a suggestion. This should top off the episode. Go talk to Annette, see what we can get out of her. Not even sure what the suggestion check with her was. Although I think that we have a pretty low chance anyway.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
What are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar?
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How?
Nah.
You must have forgotten something you heard again.
Well, I guess maybe if I get another pointed suggestion, I can try again. See you around. Don't I have a point left? I could throw another point into suggestion. Pretty sure that I got one, right? Oh, this is what I was looking for. So, bunch of checks I can't do. Oh, there is a suggestion with Lena. Alright, let's go back and try Lena. And that'll put us back in the right position for talking to the Hardy Boys. Let me start up next time. Oh, and one thing I could do. I do have some bottles I can go take to Frita. The yellow roses in the window, those aren't the flowers that were left for Klaasje. No, they were white wildflowers.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
They left for Klaasje. I don't think they were left for her. Didn't they just blow onto the roof? If they were actually left for her, could they have possibly been left by the guy? Or, no, that was like a week ago. They would have been withered and like all dried up. Although, were they withered? I don't remember now. If they weren't withered, it could have been Titus or one of the other boys leaving her flowers. Maybe they... At least Titus. Maybe Titus has a big thing for her, and he's being like this because he was jealous of that guy. The mercenary guy whose name we don't know yet.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying...
Just 80 cents, come on. Almost nothing off these bottles. Lena, can I suggest anything to you?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Still not very high, but maybe I could convince you to tell me about some cool cryptids?
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey, Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Like the way he says extravaganza. Cryptid extravaganza? I like the sound of that.
And I don't. Just one.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Oh, the biggest, the tiniest, most dangerous. Is that a cryptid on the pen that you gave me? Invisible. Oh, what about the tiniest?
Cryobacter catlensis.
Cryobacter catlensis.
Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago.
Okay, that does sound like a cryptid, though. What's so special about it?
The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
She injected herself with it? I mean, that's my first response. But then, as an immortal geologist wandering the world? I don't understand. Why prolong your life? Being alive is terrible. Tend to live forever. She was preparing for the end times. She wanted to witness and record the Twilight proceedings. That's too wild. She injected herself?
Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
It's actually a little hard to see, but do go on.
Kim's actually allowing her to speak more, huh? Oh, I can say the rest of them. You mean there is an immortal geologist wandering the world?
Yes, and she's quite mad, too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
If I ask another, is Kim gonna make it stop? Is that a cryptid on the pen you gave me?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Right. We can move on. It would be dishonorable to renege on the promise.
He nods approvingly.
Would like to hear more. I can come down after he goes to sleep if she's still here. All right, that's all for now, ma'am. Kim, you old party pooper. All right, next up, we're going to talk to the Hardy Boys again. But that's it for this time. Kim, you're just ready to go, aren't you? So I'll save here. Next time, we'll go in and confront Titus on the discrepancies in the story. So until then, good night.